Good afternoon, everybody. We're here today in the village of Newick today to see this very rare and exciting opportunity of a plot of 4.2 acres of woodland with Class Q planning permission that has been granted to convert an existing barn on site into a self-contained detached dwelling. So very unique proposition today. So I thought I'd wander you around so you can get a bit of a feel for the property. So we are on Newick Hill today. So this is Newick Hill. If you were to go down the road you would then lead either off to Jackie's Lane or onwards towards Dane Hill, etc. On from there, Sheffield Park, and then up the hill there at the very top of Newick Hill is the A272, which is then the main high street of Newick. So literally within very short walking distance from the village amenities, which includes the 3 pubs, 2 shops, a post office, a fantastic bakery, the doctor's surgery, a chemist, the pantry coffee shop, and an Indian restaurant, the Newick Tandoori. There is also the local bus stop at the top of Newick Hill, which is on the A272 with regular services to Hayward Heath and Uckfield as well as Lewis. So that's the location we're in. So Newick Hill is actually a very quiet road which leads out to the village of Newick. So because it's not the A272, it doesn't really carry lots of traffic at all. But we're here to see this really quite fantastic opportunity here. So I will wander you around the plot and take you around to the barn as well, so you get a bit of an idea of the plot. So as I said, 4.82 acres. So it is agricultural woodland. So basically the land benefits, as you can see as I'm walking up from this from the gate that I walked through, so a gated hard standing driveway straight back onto Newick Hill. So this is already in situ, and a couple of other things to mention that are already in situ as well, lending itself to how commendable and real this possibility is to convert into a dwelling, is that it actually has an existing wastewater drainage system, mains electricity cables, and an active water well, which are all on and within this plot of land. So it makes for conversion that much easier. So planning permission has been granted for 2-bedroom detached dwelling with a bathroom and an open plan living, kitchen and dining area. So there are plans online. I can share plans as well, and also my client has got some CGI imagery of what that would look like as well. So this is the barn. So you are really tucked away at the end of this plot. I will walk you around a little bit more so you get a bit of a feel for the plot itself. But essentially this is the barn. There is a stream which runs across the northern boundary as well. So as I said, 2 bedrooms, a bathroom and an open plan kitchen, living, dining area. You can see the side there, obviously derelict building at the moment, but the CGI imagery that's been created really gives a wonderful portrayal of how this building could be put back to something really quite special. And then there would be some decking out the back of the building which would then overlook your own private woodland. So very rare proposition. So I'll walk you down now into the woodland itself so you can get a bit of an idea. It is a pretty expansive bit of woodland around here. So that's the sort of try and get you back in to the back of the building. So that is the back of the building, as you can see, elevated because we're on a slope down here. So there would be decking that would come out of here. So the plans has it that the that window there would be really the open plan kitchen and living and dining area, and then that would be a bedroom with the bathroom in the middle there, and the other window that's the other side of that would be, sorry, facing the front, would be another bedroom. And then this would be a huge decking area that would come out here, and then this would be your view. So I'll wander you a little bit more. I won't wander you around the whole plot because it would take quite a long time, but hopefully just a bit of an overview of the plot itself. So the stream is at the bottom here, at the bottom of the hill, as it were, the far boundary. There is a stream that runs through that. So I think we'll wander around this way. So a bit of history about this plot of land. So the land was previously farmed by my client's grandparents, and well, it was farmed as a market garden, producing soft fruits, and orchards of apples and plums were here. Historically, it was graded as prime agricultural land, and believe it or not, this is the first time in over 100 years that this land will be on the open market for sale, which I think is quite momentous. A real opportunity here for a purchaser to purchase something not only very unique in its proposition, but with such history behind it and such exclusivity about it as well. So it sort of clears out a little bit more here, and then got more of a dense woodland going along the actual sort of boundary to the road, as it were. So it runs all the way down Newick Hill to where Newick Hill then sort of dips down, then dips up, and that's where the land sort of finishes. So yes, you can see the dips of the slopes going down there. That is a car that's just passed that you can hear a little bit, not really much at all, but the coverage of the trees just secludes you completely from view, making this such a unique private plot. So that is the road going down there, which I think you can just about see on the video. So as I said before, we have plans, we have a lot of information that my client has that we can pass on to anybody who is interested in this proposition. So that is the bottom half of the plot with the woodland, but there is a fair bit at the top as well. So we're back now on the driveway as you come in. So the plot expands up to the top ridge there, and I will just So you actually have some power cables there. You can probably just about see. So that is the top boundary that runs along there, and it runs all the way in a straight line down into the corner, which I'll walk you now, but then just orientate you back. That is the barn there. So the plans also have the front bit as a paved driveway as well, so you would have all of this area as parking along there. And as I said before, that would be a bedroom window. This would be your entrance in, and then this would all be glass paneling to let light into that open plan kitchen, living, dining area. So hopefully that brings it to life a little bit more. So as I said, this is obviously all with the plot as well, and that boundary, as I said, runs along the top there. And then there is an area behind here which I will show you, because it's sort of a bit hidden, but it's a huge area as you come in off Newick Hill. So again, all of these trees here are part of the plots, and then there's some hard standing again up here, which leads to where an old garage used to be. So interesting bit of history again in this area, that this section basically is an old small sandstone quarry dating back to around 1820s, my client believes, with the stone used locally in the village. So another bit of history about this plot as well. So there's your boundary at the top there, and then it goes into this point here. So huge area back here, which is why I thought I'd show you, because you really don't see any of this from the road, and it's such a key part to this plot as well. So basically there used to be a garage on this site, which is basically straight in front here, but it's now a ruin, as you can see. The application site is only around the barn, which basically the planners passed that because it deliberately leaves the rest of this land that I walked you around as agricultural. So the permission does not include this area to erect a new garage. However, that also means that under agricultural permitted development rights, it could be rebuilt without the need for planning permission, or developed in the future under the Class Q planning rules. So just thought I'd point that out. Fantastic area up here. Again, lending to the overall plot's seclusion and privacy. So that really concludes the tour. I hope that's been useful to have a wander around this plot, get more of a thorough understanding, hopefully, of what is on offer here as far as the scope to convert that barn, and obviously the idyllic location that it sits on with this land. And I think in conclusion, it is a rare opportunity for someone to create a modern home surrounded by established trees and nature. So if this does look and sound of interest do please contact me. My name is Jonathan from the Agency UK, and I can be contacted on 07876 256 896. That's 07876 256 896. Thank you for watching.